فصولة. ايش قاعد تسوي؟ قول والله.
I see you
شفت
gather
ايش صار اخر
before
شيء
me.
ولا لا؟
مم.
ايش صار؟
شفت.
ايش صار؟
مم.
ايش صار؟
مو بداني، ما بقول لك.
اخر شيء قبل لا اقفل مرة. مرة قبل لا اقفل، اول ما صار قفلت على طول. سويت
لا
كلوز
اصبر، ما
ابلكيشن.
بقول. ليش؟
شوف، افتح طالع.
متى تقصد؟
الحين البث انت قاعد تتفرجه.
يعني هذا بس ثاني.
انت ايش قاعد تتفرج؟ اي واحد حق ايش؟ بث وتشر صح؟
مم.
زين. فين واصل؟ ايش قاعد تشوف دحين؟ ايش قدام؟
الحين لما الحراس بندوا الطريق.
ايوه. فتحت بث ثاني.
آه. دبل داون.
دبل داون.
In the guild's name, I beg
ايش؟
your assistance, your
شف
enlightened highness. Without barrels...
اخوات الاثنين فصول. بس كذا. ام الاسود حاقدة عليها. انا ما بداني اسوي شي. ما بداني. كل ابلكيشن على طول بند البث. الحين افتح البث، دحين فتحت بث ثاني. بعيد بالبداية بظبط الامور، بشوف ايش يستوي لو اخترت الخيار الثاني. ما بداني الملكة تموت. انت ما شفت ايش سويت مع ام الاسود قبل كذا؟ ما ارسلت لك صح؟ وح. هي كلوز ابلكيشن يعطوك خرا على القصة خرا. انا اتعب احمي الملكة، في النهاية تموت، تجي اختها تغدرها. زقي. تسوي زي سيري. احميها، في النهاية تسحب علي تموت. هذه دحين تموت لا. دشيت البث الثاني. فتحته ترى.
Stop, and it will be the end of us.
You
اسمه
lost
طويل.
them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse. The whole place went up in flames.
ها نفس المكان. اسمه طويل، اسمه البث. ايوه. دش فضحتنا. دش. ها. يعني دخلت كله
I shall
تمام.
dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties...
كيف يعني غلط؟ ما اعرف. ما زال استني قديم فصل، مش برو. ها. ما اعرف. لا. كله سوا. مرة الديفولت. دقيقة قفل الصوت دقيقة. ها. لا ما غيرت شيء، كله ديفولت. الوان اللعبة لا. الجرافيك اللي هو ايش الاضاءة. لا ما في، ما في، ماكو. اقفل الصوت في البث ولا اخليه؟ زين كيف تسمع انت؟ احط ميوت انا عشان تسمع الاصوات كده، المحادثات. اوكي زين، يلا بحط ميوت اسمع اصواتها.
Shoulders. As the ruler of this dominion,
شاكر
this
ليش في
duty
اثنين في
is
البث؟
dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Sonreal, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I do not believe it. In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in. The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Detlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one impartial, I shall now hear what he has to say.
No matter the mitigating circumstances, whatever they may be, Siana is a criminal and should be tried as such. And punished as such. Her guilt is clear.
Your words sadden me greatly, Witcher. But I cannot deny their logic. Siana, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you.
يعني غصب يصير نفس النهاية؟ لا.
Will you forgive me?
لا. فصول.
لا انا موافق للحين، اصبر لا تحرق الزق.
ما بشوف. ما بشوف.
I shall never forgive you.
لا
أعيد مرة ثالثة.
ما يخصني انا.
والله ما يصير يا أخي.
ما يخصني ولا شيء. خلود، والله انت تنكد الحين. عساك كنت تنكد.
هلا زق ما بعيد.
لا تخاف، لا بركة ياك ولا بسولف. هاي اخر مرة يول. بودي
ها
يقولك لا حول، تقول لي حتخلتي.
ها
لحظة. أهلين.
Need some flowers. A wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral. Folk took it all. Men, women, children. All wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Siana, that she'd show remorse. She reached a hand out to her. Too soon. Too trusting.
Oh, I know you. You're that witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Mm-hmm. Could say that.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Do just that. Farewell.
Quite the fragrant whiff. What is the pheasantry schooling of? You with the exquisite hair!
Eat, drink, and loosen your belts, for you are in too soon.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Our duchy. The serendipity. The best steel in all of Tucson. Take a gap.
Show me what you have. Farewell.
No, see you later.
Show me what you have.
No, see you later. Can't afford a barber, let alone.
The Duchess is dead. What will become of us?
هلا أحمد.
Witcher.
I was certain you'd departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was
Wondrous. Beautiful.
لا
Good.
كيف يعني؟ أنا كنت
The
ألعب
best
لول
ruler one could hope to have.
ساعة.
Yet I let her down.
قلت لهم دوبنا عشان بس غصب دخلونا هسه بساعدهم. هني قلت بقعد. لو كنت
Don't be so hard on yourself.
أساعدهم نايت فول.
No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end.
طلعت قلت لهم أنا والله
And
غصب
none of us did anything to stop
توني
her.
ناش.
Because there was nothing
لا
we
والله
could
توني
do.
ناش. بروح مستشفى.
I suppose you are right. Beloved dies. One cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even the hardiest knights grow faint-hearted then.
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer. Despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Sienna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anarietta.
And all this, what did it bring you? Rest in peace. I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity.
يلا حمار اصبر شوية
You
ثواني.
humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
منظور يا فجي.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moonlight makes me, oh, so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all. Regis! Damn it, where'd you go? You raised your Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or
won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule. An unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink. Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow,
Yes, I think you
but
are.
one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day in my own bed.
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
لا 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 لا.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
أدون
هلا علقنا في الصوت، قفلت اللعبة.
وين؟ حلو شو بي؟ قافلين ها كورنيش وين في جدة؟ والله ما أعرف ليش. 90 90. انت كم؟ 1000 صح؟
1000 ايش؟
وانت ما تعرف الأرقام العربية وإنجليزية وشي يعني؟
I've a daughter, you know. She's fit to wed. Oh, so fit.
شو تقول؟
Greetings, sir.
ما قدرت.
I
ما
am
قدرت.
Barnabas Basilfauti. By order of our dearly departed Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianca.
سامحني محمود سنايبر.
I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands.
Prior to undertaking anything in that regard, sir, I feel I should inform you that someone has been awaiting your arrival.
Who might that be?
You must forgive me, I do not know. Alas, your guest failed to give a name. One last request before you begin to see them. Please, come and find me afterwards. I have yet to give you a tour of the estate.
فصول شايف البث.
هاي نفس نظارة المنصوري ترى عبودي. ما في المنصوري يوم يكشخ فيها ويطلع شي؟
لا.
وانا يكون في نيسان وانا بلاتينيوم دش المعسكر لابس النظارة.
حركات ها.
يوم يكونوا ناس شي اعرفهم على البوابة. ناس ما اعرفهم.
Unexpected as ever.
ايوه. ايوه.
And beautiful as ever.
Don't you even ask why I've come? Or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer anyway.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know
Yeah,
if you have
the
something to
fun.
tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
الشاشة الثانية.
I miss.
Me too.
Come outside. We can hold hands and stare at the sky, like some shitty two-crown romance.
طفل سيري اهم واحدة في هنا. زقي اضافتين كاملين ما هي موجودة هذه. زقي
كيف يعني اضافتين؟
يعني هذه الاضافة الثانية في الصوت DLC الثاني على اخر شيء خلصنا قصة قامت طلعت. الاضافة اللي قبلها ما كانت موجودة، وهذه الاضافة طول القصة ما كانت موجودة، بعد ما خلصنا جات.
Brought quite a few books. Let me guess. Working on a new spell?
Not at all. These aren't grimoires, just pleasure reading. The name of the
عبودي في شيء
orchid,
الجرافيك عندك.
a widower for half a year.
الفصل هذا شو اسمه جودة اليوتيوب
Always
فصل
thought you were too busy to
720.
make time for something as
ما يخص
impractical as
ترى
pleasure reading.
Because I was. But now,
من اللعبة
I'm
هذا.
not. A few
دش
weeks
البث
ago, I
هذا
awoke to the
ودش البث
realization
مالك.
that I know not
ما
what to
أعرف
do
نسوي.
next. I have no plan.
يعني احنا
I have no goal.
يشتاف عندنا شو تعرف؟
And you know what?
الأخضر يشتاف
I
أخضر
like that.
والأبيض يشتاف شمس.
Finally, I can stop
والأسود يشتاف
thinking
دارك
about
كنس.
politics
حتى
and
نفسه
focusing on
يشوف
what's
الأبيض شمس.
important to me.
شوف شعره ما
أنت
يبان.
مغير الإعدادات ما أعرف وين.
ما هو برايت
في الدستني مال الألوان مسوي مال الألوان ما أعرف شو مسوي.
Liking to sound so far?
مغير
The
مغير
landscape's
الليجندري
lovely and
ومغير
the
الرير
towns are charming, no
مغير
question
الأخضر.
about that.
تيفاني صاير ما
But-
عارف كيف.
But the southern sun plays havoc with my wardrobe. To be blunt, wear black down here and you're pretty damn hot.
Might need to think about changing your color palette. Off-white and pea green, for instance.
And I'll wear scents distilled from turnips and daisies.
يفر.
I think I shall simply stay in the shade. And you'll bring me cool drinks. At regular intervals.
Bring you whatever you want. You know, feels kind of strange having a home.
I must say I never pictured you owning real estate.
Was something of an accident, but I'm not about to complain. Yen, back then, before we fought the hunt, said you wanted to run away with me to the world's end. This vineyard, good enough?
Yes, although there's one thing missing.
Namely,
I shall give you a hint. It's large, white, has 4 legs, category taxidermy.
yeah, the unicorn.
فصول
Fine. You can bring it down here.
I knew you'd see things my way.
ترست.
فصول سمعت ايش قالت؟ تقول تبغى تجيب له يونيكورن.
يونيكورن مين؟
هذاك ابو قرن الحصان. التمثال فصول
ايوه عرفته.
تبغى تجيبه.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you, peace and
نعطي
quiet,
الخيارات.
bees buzzing, birds chirping.
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been hard coming after me. Always were proud as a peacock.
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to feel that following someone means my wings have been clipped.
Ooh, watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but wise, too. I feel a bit like the cat that got the canary.
Yeah, and I'm... Damn it, you win. This time.
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duels and wordplay.
Forgotten. It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going mad with boredom.
فيني فرياح.
I remember finding your sense of humor both
هذا بطلع.
grown-worthy
أنا
and
بطلع.
somehow endearing. Never change, Geralt. I beg you.
فصول.
So, talk again later.
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
ليش اسمها حاط.
ينفع.
كان تقول لي امس والله سماعة جديدة، فيها سماعة.
ما في كويست، ما في شيء.
Can we talk?
Always. With
الصوت على
pleasure.
التلفزيون. سماعة
So,
يكون العطارة في
talk
واحدة
again
بس.
later.
Of course.
يوم تحطيها الأوديو سماعتين يشتغلون. أي درجناها. شو؟ نكد منصوري ما شاء الله. خبر عليك عبودي ترى. يقول لك بخبر عليك عبودي، إذا ما نفع يا عبودي بخبر. خفيف. نجيب لك عبودي من تحت الأرض. نجاوب لك شو؟ عم منصور الحين اختربت سماعتك قروشتنا ترى. ابوي كلم احمد سنايبر ومنصوري، انا ما يخصني.
هلا قاعد العب. والله يا صاحبي تعرف الوتشر. اسمع شو يقول. ها ها. احمد سنايبر. والله احمد سنايبر صراحة ترى اسمح لي، انا ما عاد بخش ديستني 2 ابدا. لا هذا لازم علامة الجودة. احمد سنايبر شايف كيف؟ ديستني 2 هذه محنة. لا مو زبالة، محنة. محنة
اسكت يا
هارد لاين.
واي.
خلص شاكر، شحن السماعة خلص. يلا شباب. ديستني 1. طيب بس اخلص ذا ويتشر. مروة تلعب ديستني 1؟ لا مروة معانا في البث ما تلعب. ما تلعب. حاضرين. فصول تلعب. فصول يقول ايوه ما نام. نو ايتمز. ايوه ضبط البيت، لازم احط لوح واشياء. اوه اي اول جيرد. لبس حق اول جيرد. يلا. فستان مين هذا؟ فين سيري؟ والله غباء. ايش اللي فين سيري؟ يعني بالله متى بشوفها يعني؟ اقول لك ايه، جيب السيري. ويلي ما في انجل تحلمي به. ايريس بيك وبيك. هذا السيف حق العرس خطير. خليه هنا دائما محطوط ما ينسرق. اوكي اوكي صبر. أوف. مكة على طول الوقت زحمة مكة. والله تبى تعرف فين الدنيا الفاضية بجدة عندكم. ويل رحت خميس، يوم الخميس، يوم الخميس اقول لك رحت هناك انصدمت، اقول لك انصدمت. طالع كده الساعة 12 كده البلد نايمة كده، ما ادري كيف كده. كيف كده انا ما اعرف. يا طالع كده الدنيا تهكرت ما عدا التحلية. هو كله تقفل ايوه، شيء حلو يعني. ادري 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 ادري. يقول لك فيها كورونا يا واد. ايوه ايوه. يا يا حبيبي.
To the pheasantry. They'll put some meat on your
زين
bones.
ما في كويس ما في شيء ولا قلة حياة. ما خلصت القصة مصرع ترى بعيدة. شوف الصوت في الصوت شوف شوف كيف طالع شوف شوف. وي وي وي. بروح انتحر هذا، بروح انتحر. دحين قارت عندهم ما صدق. سكندر وتشر هذه كلها وحوش. بطل الشغلة. تريجر هانتس. اوكي هنا كويس كومبليتد. خارح. ايوه هذه كلها فيلد. اح والله مرة كثير كلها فشلت فيها. طيب سكندري. talk to your والله صح نسيت شغلته هذا.
Duchess Anna Henrietta's soul find rest.
It's
How might I be of service, sir?
دقيقة فصل دحين اجي. تفصل.
ما بدي.
اعطيني كده 15 دقيقة 30 دقيقة واكون موجود. اوكي.
اوكي، المشكلة الامور طيبة.
يلا عايزك.
الحكومة ذكروني. شو سنايبر ممتاز. ايش بك يا ابوي؟ الأحمد. الواربنج ما في إشكال، بس اعذرني والله أحمد. هسه بالذات اليوم أنا انت ما سمعت عبودي وكان يقول تلعب وتشوف هذا، انا سحبت عليه ما رديت عليه. حاضرين ان شاء الله. الله يعافيك. سوري.
الو، السلام عليكم شباب. شباب، ما في حد. ها، حسون، منصوري، فصل. نايع. منصوري، زاد منصوري. والعيال فين راحوا؟ مروة رقدت.
Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history.
Eh,
Know who owned it before me?
Baron
دبجي.
Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate
Okay.
to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn,
Yep.
had purchased it from
Yalla.
Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colourful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Every day the same. Wine, and more cracks muddling wine. It's enough to drive you batty.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Follow me, please. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of youth.
What do you get for
Down
all that
below
work?
lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
When this place said the page began, the knight dropped his sword and tried to run, but with all that armor, he didn't get far.
I've heard
Nice
that.
well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius, his wife Nina, kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
You've spread some nastiness to me.
The book of lust is hard and girthy. No one
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
Deeply snaps. My back aches something horrid.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
The book of lust is hard and girthy. No one can grip the damn thing.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
I've a daughter, you know.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
Got these spacious grounds. But maybe it's time to make them more, useful.
Oh, yes. We certainly should. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be wise to put in a grindstone and an armorer's table. A good way to start things off, don't you think?
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this, reinforce that. Could use a decent work table where I could do all that.
Admiral Rompelli once hired a specialist who made the finest armorer's tables this side of the Yeruga. I will contact him at once.
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day to arrive. Will you be needing anything else, sir?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone, professional grade.
Of course. No one would consider that an unnecessary extravagance, I would wager.
Know what? Might not be the best time to lay out that kind of coin. Let me sleep on it.
Ponder the notion however long you wish, sir. I'm at your disposal always.
If you don't mind, I'd rather postpone talking about renovations. Need to ask you something else.
Of course, sir, as you wish. What is the nature of your inquiry?
Know what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration today. But I wanted to ask you something else.
I shall be glad to answer your every question, sir.
Starting to really like this place.
As you wish, sir.
Starting to get into this. In my trip.
Of course.
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner... Will you be needing anything else, sir?
Starting to get into this.
I agree. Yet...
Starting to really like this place.
I agree.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
How might I be...
Starting to really...
I agree. I agree.
Thanks. Can we talk?
Always.
So...
Of course.
Coronata folk are worse than the clap, cholera, plague, and leprosy combined.
Renovations coming along all right, Barnabas Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of adding 2 racks, each upon which you might hang weapons and armor, if you've some pieces you'd like to display. Likewise, I have prepared a few spots in which new paintings might be hung. In other news, the laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual discovery. I believe it's something you'll wish to see.
If you say I should see it, I'll go see it right now, BB.
The book of lust is hard.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think. laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time. BB, know anything about the laboratory in the cellar? One of the previous owners take an interest in alchemy?
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it. But I understand that to a witcher this must be a very intriguing find.
It is. It was walled up. The equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working here. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators, vengerometers.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't follow.
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff versus doing it over an open fire? Well, there's no comparison.
Then I am all the more delighted you discovered it, sir.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some...
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house or the grounds this time?
Feels like...
Indeed, momentum is best maintained once established. Now that we've finished the general renovations, you might begin to consider such things as a new bed, or additional armor stands, or weapon racks. Also some new furnishings, and a fresh coat of paint on the walls would do much to improve the guest quarters.
Thinking about buying a comfortable bed. Always wanted one.
Excellent idea. In your profession, rest is supremely important. But say the word, and I shall order you a bed from the carpenters who craft...
Great.
True indeed. Is there anything...
If you don't mind.
Of course, sir, as you...
Starting to...
What a splendidly...
You know...
Oh, a sturdy stable testifies to a most
My roach deserves the best.
I shall get to work. Will you be needing anything?
So...
Well, you're in luck.
Know what?
Ponder the...
Let's put a pin in this for now.
Not the slight... How might I be of...
Start.
As you wish, sir.
Starting.
But of course.
If you...
Of course, sir.
Feel...
I agree.
Along the path, I've often picked up well-crafted, beautifully ornamented armor. Some of those pieces would look great on display here.
I agree. It would lend the place a certain... I understand.
Hamad!
Was wondering about the get.
Oh, but that is... I understand.
That's
not the...
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. يلا حي
كيف الحال شباب؟ أحييك.
الحمد لله بخير صحة.
وين نايع؟
ها؟
نايع وين؟
لا ما أدري.
وين مروة؟
ما أدري.
وين فصوح؟
ما أدري.
وين عبودي؟
موجود. نعم موجود.
أقولك يوم طرشت حق عود الفيديو ها روح قالت يا حلوكم.
إيه؟
يوم طرشت حق عهود هالفيديو مال روح.
ها؟
يوم أنا وأنت نقول كتبت لي يا حلوكم.
إيش يعني؟
يعني
إحنا كيوتنا يعني؟ ها؟
يب.
والله.
معلش كانسل.
You spread some nastiness to me.
صار حادث طبعا سيارتي صار
حبا بمانع.
محمد.
حبيبي.
ختمت وتشر.
ها؟
ختمت وتشر.
ايوه. الحرام وصلك وانا ما تحمل سيدتك لو ثانية.
Renovations coming along all right?
You...
Thanks.
80 و40 120. خمسين 60 70 80. أتحمل. لعبتك لو ايش في؟
Every day the same. Wine, wine, and more cracks.
يا حامد
لا حبيبي.
ما شفت زيريل؟
يريم زيري ويشفتك
لا
شفت.
زيريل هي سيري يا حمار.
يريم زيري.
الله حمد زيريل.
يريم زيري ويشفتك شخت.
خدني شخط يا ولد.
اليوم ياس اقول حق ابوي، قلت له عندي خويي ابودي.
معك سامعك.
لا عندي خويي عايش في مكة.
الله.
قال لي من وين تعرفت عليه؟
من
لا
السوني.
من السوني. شي شافني شي مال حق 5 ثواني شي شافني قال لي يا حظه. قلت له اي والله يا حظه.
حظ السعودي وسخ.
قال لي عايش في مكة؟ قلت له هي من سكان مكة يعني.
حتى موجود في مكة.
قال لي يا حظه.
يا حظه شباب بكره بموت انا.
لا ما عليك، ابوي مصلي وكل شيء.
بس نقول لابوك خلاص باخذ تكت واتكل معه يومين كذا وارجع لكم.
استنى استانس. قال والله يا حظ. بس تشوف. قال لي
الحين
والله.
بروح احفر لي قبر الحين.
حيا
جيت جونيور.
It's enough to drive you batty.
Fuck you. حمد